Happy Sunday, guys. I'm Ryan, Michigan Storm Chasers here. We've been so busy the past couple of days, we've lost sight of what's to come here in the month of March. So, this video is going to be a reset, dive into what's going to happen in the upcoming weeks. So, let's go ahead and start. We're saying goodbye to the system that has brought over 70 tornadoes to the US, as well as 30 fatalities, unfortunately, over the weekend. Between 2 days, we had outbreaks of severe weather, primarily to our south and west, but we also saw our share of that severe weather yesterday across Lenawee, Washtenaw, Jackson, and all, as well as Oakland counties. So it wasn't widespread for us. We didn't have any tornadoes or anything significant, so to speak, but to our south and west, they are cleaning the pieces up from this powerful storm system. So that's moving out though. Let's go ahead and focus on what's to come. So right now, today, we have snow ongoing in the northern part of Lower Michigan and the eastern UP. That snow will accumulate about 2 to 5 inches or so. Winter weather advisories are in place. You guys up there will have some snow to deal with. But for us down further south, or if you're in the western part of the UP, today will be a lot cooler. If you're in southeast Michigan, it's probably a little warm still, but as you get through the day today, it'll start cooling down significantly back into the 30s and 40s. So let's go ahead and talk about what's to come here, starting with our temperature forecast here based out of Lansing. We're seeing a 44 and a 46-degree stat for today and Monday. Tuesday and Wednesday, we resurge back into the mid to upper 60s, perhaps close to 70 further south as well. Rain chances, perhaps some storm chances once again for your Tuesday, Wednesday time frame. And then we're going to dip back down to end the week, 59 on Thursday, 50 on Friday. And for your Saturday, a 41 stat there on the right. And again, that's based out of Lansing. So kind of a roller coaster week up and down. Let's go ahead and talk about precipitation. Here is the European model. This is a system currently impacting the Great Lakes regions, moving out to the northeast here. Currently, as I'm making this in currently as I'm making this at 12:18 p.m., there are severe thunderstorm warnings for the eastern half of Ohio. There's actually an enhanced risk for Pennsylvania today for severe weather, but that system will exit from Michigan off into Canada. No threat today for severe weather for Michigan. What's going to happen after that, though? So we're going to move out. Here comes the system for Ohio, Pennsylvania today. There's your snow for northern lower into the night. That's going to move out. We're left with dry conditions to start our Monday. So Monday, dry day overall. The UP may have a passing snow shower. That will not be a big deal. Maybe gusting to an inch at most. Again, pretty much dry for the majority of us. Going into Tuesday, dry. Going into Wednesday, here comes that approaching system. As that system approaches, that warm and moist air gets pulled up from the Gulf. Not a lot, though, not as much as this past one, but just enough to get us back into the mid 60s and make it feel a bit more moist out there than what it usually feels like here in spring. So that's going to move through. As it does, it's going to bring us a split system with snow on the north side in the UP and also rain on the south side where it is warmer. So that's going to be for your Wednesday afternoon time frame. That's going to move through. And again, snow remains further north. Rain to start, and perhaps a brief change over there to snow for Wednesday night late into Thursday morning. That system moves out, and we're left with dry conditions, a little bit cooler temperatures as the cold air from Canada kind of fills back in behind it. It won't be freezing as we just looked at with our temperatures, but it'll be cold enough to kind of get us back down to more of like that wintry / early spring feel. So overall, a very quiet week minus that one system. After that, there's really nothing to watch. We may have some rain chances once again here for the weekend, Saturday, Sunday time period, perhaps. We're still a little bit too far out to get specific with that, but don't be shocked. We have a passing shower for next weekend as well. So putting it all together, are we concerned for big snow or big severe with that midweek time frame? Well, the answer is not really. The NAM model here is starting to load out for that system on the Wednesday time period. We're going to look at the surface instability here. That's your storm fuel for severe weather. We are seeing about 500 joules of it just off to our south, but there's nothing widespread. It's a very skinny corridor there. So perhaps some thunderstorms possible, maybe some brief gusty winds at most. But right now, the Wednesday system does not appear to be a significant severe weather maker for us here in Michigan. But a thunderstorm or two, definitely a possibility, especially further south toward that Indiana-Ohio border area. Now, as far as the winter side of that system goes, are we concerned for anything Snow-wise, significant snow-wise? And the answer, once again, is not really. So we're seeing the system today on the European. This is actually a little bit more so in the way of snow what we saw the other day. So they're going pretty aggressive here on the European model. A good swath of perhaps 4 to 8 inches, but our forecast is also conservative, 2 to 5, because it's been so warm. The ground temperatures are warm. So that's there today. The system coming in for the midweek is right here on your screen coming in to the UP. And once again, we're seeing that about 4 to 8 inch mark there. So I would expect there to be on the models take a few inches off, probably between 2 and 6 inches for the majority of the UP, maybe isolated higher amounts, but it's not going to be a huge foot or two of snow at this current time. So it's going to be a kind of a moderate system, enough to make impacts to slick travel up there in the UP, perhaps a thunderstorm further south. But other than that, no major impacts are expected with that system. So overall, enjoy roller coaster week, up and down. Rain chances and snow chances midweek there for Tuesday, or especially, sorry, for Wednesday, especially Wednesday afternoon, evening, and then to cool back down to end the week. So with that being said, that is your forecast for today. Going into the long term, what does the rest of March look like? Let's take a look at our temperatures here. For the month of March, we are above normal currently. We're going to see that change to a more near average pattern here. We're seeing a little bit below average temperatures for the end of March here. That kind of weakens out, and we kind of hang around normal to leaning below average. So what is the average this time of year? We're probably looking at around 45 or so degrees, 50 degrees or so. So right in that mid to upper 40s mark. Do expect that to be the normal average temperature when you take all the days and combine them and then even it all out. We'll be right around average here, perhaps just a tad bit below. So 40 to 50 degrees or so for you guys need the technical temperature forecast. With that being said, that's all I got. We're going to end the video on a shout out to today's spotlight sponsor of the YouTube video, StormGuard Roofing and Construction, based out of Detroit metro area. They cover Oakland, Macomb, parts of Wayne, parts of Livingston County. Feel free to give StormGuard Roofing and Construction a call for any exterior construction needs that you may have for your residence. Thank you to StormGuard for sponsoring today's YouTube video. I will catch you guys tomorrow night for Monday Night Weekly here at Michigan Storm Chasers YouTube, Facebook, X, and Twitch.